What is up, everybody? It is a new episode for Wrestling Talking Kayfabe. This is our host. My name is Drew. This is my co-host here, Clayton. And today, we're just going to recap Raw from the past week. We are finally in Wrestlemania season, feels like for the first time.
Oh.
And it was starting hot on the weekly episodes. We started off with some 3-card Monty mass match shenanigans, and I was about to be like, brother, if they do not do something with this. And then Paul Heyman comes out looking like a hobo, no beard.
That was ridiculous.
It was great though. He pulled it off really well. And then it was the FAFO because we're still only like a minute in. YouTube doesn't like swearing. And then he did the FAF5 and the Beast came out, which was just peak.
It was a pretty good line.
Oh,
I liked it. I don't know. I feel like that can't be the first time it's ever been used, right? Like that doesn't feel. I don't know. Maybe it was though.
I mean, I feel like F around and find out is still a relatively newer phrase.
Yeah, that's true.
So especially on like the WWE circuit, and then we had Oba. Oba just came out of nowhere, dude.
Yeah, that wasn't like expected in that moment at all.
No,
but people, of course, we kind of knew that maybe Oba would be doing Brock Lesnar, but like not right there.
I did not honestly think he was even going to get the open challenge, just with how much like it had been kind of sputtering. But let's backtrack a little bit. So Brock Lesnar comes out. There's like 30 masked men, and Brock Lesnar just starts action movie superhero, just beating the shit out of him. It was amazing.
I can't believe nobody ever gets hurt. Like, he recklessly throws those people so hard. I can't believe they just are okay.
I mean, I feel like they got enough padding around that ring so people can get just tossed.
Yeah,
and like,
that's true.
The belief is that all of these guys are from like Seth Rollins' school in Iowa.
Yeah.
So I feel like they should know at least how to take a fall and everything like that.
Absolutely.
Plus, also, if you are like, dude, Brock Lesnar just chucked me into this thing you want to see. So that was pretty cool. And then, like you said, Oba came out. And Oba hit him with the fall from grace. Honestly, that might be one of my favorite wrestling moves now. That finisher.
Yeah, it's awesome. Especially when it's like going on to a guy like Brock Lesnar.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's just a massive man getting thrown.
Oh, yeah. When Rusev got hit with that last week, it was crazy. So, you were saying this is the most viral moment of WWE in the past few years?
I mean, it's got to be because I don't 100% remember the number I saw, but it was like in 24 hours, it was like an absurd amount of like 8 million views or something like that. Hold on, I have it posted above, and I will find it really quick. But it
pull up the WWE just highlights. Let's see videos. Let's see popular.
It was WWE Instagram upload of Oba taking out Brock Lesnar hit 9 million views. This is the highest viewed segment from Raw by at least 5 million views.
Oh, let me see.
So, like, since Instagram posting of Raw has been a thing, that is the most highest viewed segment, which is unreal.
That is unreal. Let me see how much it's got on YouTube.
Yeah, because I imagine they posted just a short clip of it.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. Let's see.
It's
got 3.3 million YouTube views, which is nothing even from that week comes close, except for maybe it looks like the full Raw highlights. Actually, no, Punk and Roman has 1.1.
Oh my god! So it's not even close.
No, it's not. It's not even close.
Okay, yeah. So I would say it's definitely the most viral moment of the past few years.
I would agree.
I don't know how many years dating back, but I wouldn't be shocked if it was the most viral moment of the past decade.
I could say that, or maybe John Cena heel turn. I feel like John Cena heel turn, and then Oba.
That's true. I like to forget about the heel turn.
Yeah, I mean the moment was fantastic. The follow through was not.
Yeah, Travis Scott.
Anyway. Fiend. Oh, did you see they came out with the WrestleMania theme?
What is it this year?
It is Nickelback for the Crows. And I'm just like,
I did see
hell
that.
yeah, brother. We got some Nickelback.
I saw a tweet. It was like, "What's the best part about the WrestleMania build-up compared to last year?" And someone said, "Not hearing Fiend every 10 minutes."
Fiend. Dude,
Horrible
Travis.
song.
I feel like Travis Scott, like, this is a little sidetrack and we'll get back here. I know, like, Travis Scott's got, like, 2 good songs in my book. He's got Goosebumps. Don't know, Goosebumps is a good song. And he's got Sicko Mode. And then outside of that, I don't think I can name you another Travis Scott song.
Yeah, he's pretty popular, but Fiend sucks. But anyways, yeah, so Oba destroys Lesnar. That's awesome. He steps on him. Yeah.
And Lesnar was actually telling him to do that stuff, which is cool. He's like, dude, put your foot on me. You're like, oh, Brock's fucking with this guy. I like that.
Yeah. And then Rock takes a complete nosedive after this, pretty much. Not a complete nosedive. It wasn't bad. But, like, I don't know where do you go up? You can't go up from that. So
No, it definitely... Like, I'd say Raw overall was a good episode. Honestly, for me, it was a fine episode up until the Roman Reigns CM Punk bit, just because it's like we were riding a really good high after that. Like, you know, we had started off with OG Americanos fighting New Grande Americano, which I see your question here in our notes is this is 100% a Mania match.
it's probably an unmasking match.
I think they are going to do an unmasking match just because of how over El Grande Americano is in AAA. And I think, because they announced their partnership last year with AAA at WrestleMania. So I think having this match be like the way to bring that audience into the Mania, WrestleMania, and get those numbers up in Mexico and Latin America, just, it's kind of a no-brainer slam dunk. Especially because El Grande Americano is now feuding with Dominic Mysterio in AAA because he's supposed to fight Dom for the AAA Mega Campeon.
Yeah. Yeah, I did see that. I also, New Grande definitely wins this at Mania too. Like, he'll probably not be unmasked for a very long time. Ludwig is probably this character for a while.
Oh, Ludwig can be this character literally until he decides to retire. And I've seen like Santi and some other guys saying this could easily be where you get like El Hijo de El Grande Americano, or like the son of El Grande Americano, and it could just be like a lineage thing, like Dr. Wagner Jr. is like a multi-generational character.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I love it. I am ready for like Chad Gable to be done with it though, so I hopefully they do the unmask.
That's what I'm saying, because then you can bring Chad Gable back. He gets into the gonna beat a luchador, and so like it just makes more sense because also the Alpha Academy is not doing shit. Like I've seen
Creed brothers that are on it.
What's
Ivy, yeah. It's the Creed brothers and Ivy. Yeah, I haven't seen the Creed brothers in weeks.
They were there for the #1 contendership for the tag titles. That Otis and I forget the tiny guy's name.
Tozawa.
Yeah, they were in that match, and
Alpha Academy.
Yeah, they were in there with Alpha Academy. But then, which we have some Alpha Academy story to talk about, but we'll get into that here in a little bit. So, which brings us to the next match where we get Bayley's fighting AJ Lee for the IC title, which I honestly thought Bayley was going to win, and then she instantly tapped out to a Black Widow as soon as I said that.
Yeah, and then, of course, Becky came out and beat up AJ Lee because this is clearly a WrestleMania match that we're setting up. Just getting AJ Lee some work in to retain the title because I don't think AJ Lee's gonna do much after WrestleMania. Becky will win the title back probably.
My hypothesis, or what I'm thinking is gonna happen, is Becky's gonna make this be a career versus belt match, and AJ retires. Like, if I get the belt back from you, you got to retire, sort of a deal. Because I know AJ's also had some like back issues, so I don't know how long she's gonna be in here for.
So you don't think the career killer ends AJ Lee?
No,
You
I
think there's
mean, don't
not
get me wrong.
going
I would love Gooner to come in and just be like, AJ Lee, I'm gonna make you tap like a little bitch, and then he
Mhm.
just puts on a sleeper.
Yeah.
That would, I
But
mean,
yeah, that hypothesis seems pretty good to me. Career versus belt match type thing. Yeah, absolutely. At WrestleMania, they like doing those, of course. So,
it's a standard thing. I think about like Ric Flair's match
mm,
with Shawn Michaels. There've been a couple other ones where we're retired. Plus, it's like the biggest stage. You know, AJ's a
yeah.
pioneer for women's. Makes sense. And then we get and then okay. I did see, and then so Dom was supposed to fight Penta, but Dom got. Vikingo is like the most dangerous wrestler in AAA, and he's like keeps hurting people, and he just whacked Dom with a steel
Oh,
chair in the head. Like I saw, it was a couple weeks
ooh.
ago when he was fighting El Grande Americano, and Americano was like, "What are you doing? You're gonna hurt me." And it was like looking at the ref, like, "Are you gonna do something about this?"
So that's why he hasn't made the
Yeah, he
transition
wasn't
over,
medically
huh?
cleared because he was in concussion protocol because Vikingo literally hit him in the head with a chair, and they were like,
Ah,
"Yeah, he can't have his rematch," and so that was a bit of a plot line there because
yeah.
JD was
Tough.
still fighting that, but we did get a really good banger match against Penta versus Dragon Lee. Some good
Yeah.
luchadors. I
Yeah,
mean,
they're both always good. They're always going to put on good matches.
Penta was not going to lose that to Dragon Lee.
No,
No,
of
no,
course not.
no chance
Never.
in hell.
No, we'll probably. I wonder if we'll get Penta, and I mean they'll do Mania. That I feel like they do almost every belt at Mania, of course. So like
Yeah.
Penta will. It would be insane for Penta not to get a Mania match. So
Plus, he's been talking about how he wants to be a fighting champion and do like the CM
mm,
Punk thing, which I appreciate. If you want to
yeah,
defend your belt, throw on more matches and stuff and make it interesting, because
with
I feel
some of
like
these title reigns we've had, yes,
yeah,
absolutely, we need
I,
fighting champions.
I felt like Dom did a good job defending the
Mhm.
IC title last year. He had some injuries, so it's like I'm not gonna hold that
Yeah,
against him.
injuries kind of got in the way. He's gotten injured a few times.
So
It sucks.
I mean,
I
it's
wonder who do you think Penta ends up fighting at WrestleMania? I don't know if it's Dom.
I could see. I could see by my thinking is they might do a Javon Evans. I could see that making sense because
Throwing that
like
in
I
there.
haven't seen Javon in a while. Well, actually, no. He said
Yeah,
that was one thing that was on the list. He did say he's not going to join the New Day and he's just going to do his own thing. So I feel like that could be interesting. I feel like Kofi.
yeah. Issue with Javon is that he's a face too. I
Mm-hmm.
don't. We're already doing one face-to-face match. I imagine we probably don't get another.
Well, both major belts are non triple threats, and we don't have any real triple threats going on right now. So, and like the last year's Fatal 4-Way for the IC belt
Mm,
was probably my second favorite or my favorite match from Mania last year.
yeah, yeah. It was a really good match, and then Dom when he won, yeah, it was
Yeah,
really
so
amazing. And so I could definitely see them running something like that back. So
yeah, that's what
yeah,
also is making
Javon
me
could get
think
involved.
you could get Finn or Dom if you want to run them back with Penta because they got some good chemistry there. If you just want to
Yeah,
have something kind of crazy and a banger, but it depends on how they build the storyline with Dom and if he's still injured because of concussion protocol. Because so I can see that happening, or you can get Dragon Lee involved in there again, make it like a triple threat.
yeah,
Because I feel like him and Javon, they would just be flying and it'd be super crazy like luchador
be a
stuff.
good match. But once again, well, yeah, I got to get a heel in there. They won't just do babyface,
Throw
babyface,
Rusev
babyface.
in there.
Yeah.
Get a Rusev. That'd be fun. Uh, Speaking of heels, we got Natty, and this might be. I think I might hate this feud more than the Lantern. I just do not like.
Because it's like they're not building any story while doing this. They just keep having matches.
Yeah, well, I think the story is that like Natty trained Maxine, Maxine betrayed Natty, and like the reason why Maxine won the IC belt from Becky is because the dungeon actually won that for
Yeah.
Maxine, and since she's left, and I'm like, I don't know what this is, but
Who
Natalia, like,
cares?
I don't know if it's just she's
Yeah.
old or it's just the just really cringy, just like guitar riff that I'm just like, this is bad.
Yeah, I mean the guitar riff is the hard thing.
Oh, is it? It sounds like it's a Rage Against the Machine song when it actually hits the chorus.
That's like the whole Heart Syndicate, like where Natty's from, and
Oh,
that's
okay.
always been their music.
Okay. I didn't know that, but like to me, just like I said. Well, thank you for educating me, Kershaw. I'm a new fan. I don't know a lot of shit, so I apologize to our viewers. I'm an ignorant man when it comes to wrestling. So, but one thing that was interesting about this was there was a backstage segment during when Kofi, or I think it might have been, I forget who it was, but the Vision of Logan Paul and Austin Theory were talking to Maxine after she lost this match. So that could be something interesting we're seeing there. You know how they like to throw in little tidbits here and there.
Yeah, because it's like if they're really trying to stick with the vision, you got to get some numbers built back up, I guess. Like,
yeah,
if you want to keep doing this, I don't know why we're doing it, but
yeah, and that could...
they did mention they were going to Austin Theory and Logan Paul did mention about doing the tag team titles, going after them.
Yeah, because Paul was like, we need credibility, we need gold, we need titles, and it's just like, everyone has needed titles for like the entire time. I don't know why you guys weren't doing this. It's not like the tag division was this super stacked deep thing. It's like
yeah, but they can definitely put on a good match with the Usos. I think if that ends up rolling into WrestleMania, that could be fun.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the Mania match, honestly. Yeah.
I'm sure we get some beef coming up with it these next couple weeks. And
yeah, because I know that was another LA Knight thing he was talking about, because he talked with the Usos and was just like, hey guys, like, listen, we're homies. We don't like the Vision. I don't like the Vision. We're all on the same page. But if the Bloodline's back, I, being LA Knight, and you guys, we're going to have some problems. And shit's going to go down. So I was like,
yeah,
that could be interesting.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if the Bloodline does, like, roll back into it. I'm not 100% sure if they are going that way, but they've just kind of made some hints towards that way.
It's being teased.
Yeah.
I feel like
it won't be the OG Bloodline, because I don't see Solo Sikoa, like, leaving the MFTs or anything.
That's something we do need to talk about and when we get to our SmackDown recap, because that was a little promo on the side there. And then
that's true, yeah.
We had Stephanie. She beat Raquel, trying to rough her up before, which is honestly making me think that Liv's not going to win the title here, maybe.
Liv's going to win the title. Steph hasn't defended it was such like a hot title there for a minute, and then they just stopped booking it, and it lost all momentums.
Yeah, it definitely, I would say, honestly, it's been kind of, it's bad when the IC and the main title are kind of on the same level. I feel like
what we're gonna get is Liv's gonna take the heel title, and Rhea's gonna be the babyface on SmackDown with the title, and they're just gonna flip the brands on who has the title.
Plus, that makes a good crown jewel feud too, because they got so much history there. So
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Because I guess we can talk about that now before we get into the Roman promo, because that promo. It was fine. They had some good back and forth there, and then Roman called Punk old. He's like, "I'm not old, fuck you." But like, you're both 40.
Old.
Yeah, you're both 40.
Know.
So
I don't know who wrote that line.
I guess
felt like Roman wrote it to feel good about himself. I don't
probably
know.
He definitely did. That man's got so much gray. Like he's got I got a lot of gray in my beard. I know it might be a little hard to see, but like. I'm graying and getting old and I'm 32. So it's just like, it's okay being old, man. It's fine.
Yeah, that was a stupid ending. I don't know who's going to win at Mania, though. I will say that.
I see, that's what I'm thinking, because I'm like, last year we had... Okay, if we look at like the 4 main belts for both men and women, Io retained, John Cena won, Jey Uso won, and Tiffy won. So we had 2-2 of retains
Yeah.
versus news. And in my mind, there's no doubt that Rhea's not winning the SmackDown Championship. Like, that one is a slam dunk. Because unless they're trying to make a new little faction with Meechin and BFAB, which we can talk about that now since we're transitioning. But I don't see that going anywhere, really, because, like...
No.
Who else? Like, Rhea can feud with a ton of people. There's a lot more roster dynamics you can do. With, like, Jade, it's like, what do? You give her Charlotte? Like, I'm trying to think, like, post-Mania, what are the stories? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
No, Rhea's definitely winning.
Rhea's definitely winning. I feel like Liv, if she wins, or Valkyria wins, there's a lot of stuff you can do there. So that was probably the healthiest belt in terms of, like, who wins. I think Randy wins, honestly.
Yeah. I don't know.
You don't know about Randy?
No.
I mean, that makes sense because Cody's like the golden boy, and it's like that would be 2 straight Manias in a row he lost to Legends. So it's like, do you want to tank his stock that much? But I guess if he uses some heel tactics and if like what happens with Jelly Roll could be interesting there.
Randy's gonna Randy could definitely win because people don't really want to see Cody. So he brings back the punt kick probably, which would be cool.
That would be cool. I mean, I'm cool.
The only thing that makes me hesitant about Randy is they only have so many left unless they want him to beat Cena. So it's like,
yeah, I think the reason why is they've been talking so much about him getting 15, and I think that would have him like surpass Triple H, and then it's like Cena, Ric Flair, Randy.
Yeah.
So to me that makes sense, and then like. Gives Cody a new feud that's not Drew McIntyre, because if he beats Randy, then it's like, what are we? Who?
He's going back to Drew, baby.
And then Drew's.
No, yeah, actually, Randy does win.
Which we can start off with our SmackDown recap. Actually, let's talk about the other women's belt. Well, okay. But then the World Heavyweight belt with, like, Punk and Roman before we move on to SmackDown. Like, unless we're bringing back the Bloodline, I don't see Roman winning this, and, like, I'm still unsure. Like, they could definitely go Roman. And
they definitely could be bringing back the Bloodline. They're scared to death. Ticket sales are plummeting, and they're like, shit. What was the last, what was the last thing? Fuck, we can't do John Cena. He's done. All right, what was the last thing before that? Bloodline. Write it down. Write that down.
Which, now that you say that makes a lot of sense, because... Not to get super political, although this politics does influence wrestling, those Saudi shows are getting canceled this year. There's no way they're not. Like, Crown Jewel is not going to happen in Saudi, and Night of Champions is not happening in Saudi this year for sure. And there's also a really good possibility that Saudi Mania doesn't happen because of what's going on in the Middle East with the Strait of Hormuz.
So that means less money. That means they're freaking out even more than they were before.
Yes, and that's because TKO also owns the UFC, and Saudi Arabia accounts for like the Saudi shows for both WWE and the UFC count for like 15 to 20% of the company's revenue for how much like the Saudi government throws at them. So if they can't throw off their shows, they're thinking about having layoffs with the UFC and WWE because of like the profit that's going to be lost. So to me, I think they're probably going to go back to their hits right now.
Yeah, just Bloodline, write that down.
Write that down. And
Randy Orton, 15-15 look.
Which, I feel like there's some...
That's not forced.
It's not forced. I feel like you could at least tell some interesting stories here. Because, like, the Jey Uso experiment didn't go great.
No, I mean, the Bloodline can't be good again. I'm not saying that. It's just kind of funny that the second they started losing money.
Like, fuck. Nobody's buying tickets. We're doing 31.6% off. That was the other thing with Raw.
Yeah.
Because it was like Stone Cold Day, and Stone Cold's like, I'm racing in the desert in my new hobby. No, I'm not going to fucking San Antonio.
You know they absolutely tried to get him to come promote the
16 day
31.6% off.
Yeah, Austin 3.
They 100% did.
Oh yeah, no, they did. They were doing some like merch and stuff like that, and he's just like, "Yeah, you guys got to pay me a lot more if you want me to show up."
But that takes us into SmackDown,
SmackDown.
where we had Drew McIntyre and Fatu fighting outside of the arena.
We had a good
We
old
think that
fashioned
they're just
Donnybrook.
you think they're just fighting, and then, but wait, there's more. We'll get to that though. That's at the end. We can't talk about it yet.
Yes. Well, that's because so it starts off with like they're doing the thing like, whoa, something's going on outside, and they have another car accident. Drew McIntyre rips the windshield off, grabs Jacob Fatu out of there, and just starts punching the shit out of him. And he's like,
The most.
and then he runs into the arena and goes, Nick Otis, you're a fucking stage. You and your son has a bunch of stages. In his thick Scottish accent. And then Jacob Fatu, resurrected like Jesus Christ, who starts running down that ramp to beat that man's ass.
Fucking, I wonder if they are like low key. I don't think they are, but they keep mentioning firing, and then all this said something. He's like, "Oh, if you keep this up, you're gonna be unemployed." Wonder if he's switching to Raw.
He is filming Highlander after Mania.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. So they probably are diving into this. You're not with the company anymore, but you can still look at the website, and he's with the company.
Yeah, exactly. And then he's just gonna show up, and you can just hear the Celtics with the bagpipes, and everyone's gonna go, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, we'll get him back at a PLE or something.
Yeah,
or
I
like
can
I said,
see.
maybe on Raw.
Ooh, I think I had an idea that might be interesting. If he because I don't know how long they're gonna be filming Highlander, so it's like say they do a 4-month film cycle or 3-month, he could go in and cost Cody something. I feel like that's how they bring back Drew. He just kind of sneaks up, mass man style, claymores Cody to cost him like a rematch opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see them dive back into that, but I think they saw people were tired of that, so I really hope after 3 months off, they're not just like, all right, Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes.
Well, then we just bring in Jacob Fatu again.
Yeah, no, I don't see them going back with that. He'll come back at like a PLE and be thrown in a completely different storyline.
Yes, indeed. But you know what storyline won't ever fucking die?
Now doesn't even have a belt.
Yes, so Wired 6. So the MFTs were fighting Weapon Truth, which Weapon Truth is honestly
their
the best
name.
Yeah. And they won the tag titles due to the Wyatt 6 interfering with them, which, good. R-Truth and Damian Priest, honestly, the way they... Poor Damian Priest, don't get me wrong. I like him, but he like won both of his feuds and just kept going down. Like he won the Drew McIntyre feud.
He win your feuds and then all right, you're in the tag team division, buddy. That doesn't mean you get a title shot.
Yeah. And so, especially with like R-Truth, everyone loves Truth. No one can hate on Truth.
And then he's the first to win both newest forms of the tag team titles. Was what I saw on Twitter.
Oh, really? I did see the thing you posted.
Fact checked.
In the Discord where he's won titles at 20, 30, 40, and now 50 years old.
Yeah. Well, R-Truth is the GOAT, man. He flipped me off like when I was 10 years old.
Did he really?
Yeah. So I was at a live event, which they don't do anymore because they hate us, in Rolla, Missouri, which you don't know where that is.
I don't know where that is.
He was a heel. It was like, yeah, at the time he was a heel, and we went back like to where they loaded the buses and everything. A bunch of people went back there to like get autographs and stuff, and of course people gave us autographs, blah blah blah. And everyone's like, R-Truth, and he's like, oh, okay. He's a heel at this time. Just a bunch of like 6 of us like 10-year-olds. He drops his bag, he walks up, drops his bag, stares at us for a second, double bird, walks around, picks his bag up, and leaves.
That is amazing. Because he knows that he left an impression on you as children.
Yep. I will always love R-Truth.
But, I think... Because I'm thinking... Okay, let's see what we got here in the notes. Because I'm thinking we're going to have a comedy little tag team titles and like... Because I noticed they've been... Veronica, my wife... was noticing when we were watching this on Friday. She goes, is this just like the tag team show now? Because there was like 4 or 5 tag matches.
Yeah. They also do a bunch of promos with them.
Mm-hmm. Bunch of promos. Plus, especially what's going on with Danhausen and The Miz. I feel like there's some fun That'd be a fun match to have.
Yeah,
Like,
Mizhausen.
we get Wepa Truth versus Mizhausen. That'd be a
Yeah.
fun time.
Because I see them somehow turning him into cursing the Miz into them being friends. I don't know why, but it just seems like a very Miz thing to happen. That's the curse, is he has to be Danhausen's friend.
You are cursed.
Curse.
But
But with that tag team match, the title belts, I don't think Damian Priest knew the ending. And if he did, he sold the shit out of that, because that man was shocked when R-Truth pinned him.
I don't think he knew the ending, because I think they wanted to give surprise Damian Priest, because like they've been having like, and so I think it was just more like, hey man, like we know you've been doing a good job.
Yeah,
you've been
tag team titles.
Yeah, so I think that would be good. Build his stock back up, because I know he won the Aleister Black feud, I'm pretty sure, and he won his feud with Drew McIntyre, and then just went, he's the only person I've seen to win multiple feuds, and then you just don't get pushed up, you just go, But,
yeah.
So that was fun. One thing with the Wired 6, I think that's a Mania match, where we're just getting a blood feud match, or that's going to be on the SmackDown before Mania, where like that's the main event match.
Yeah,
because since they don't have the titles and like listen,
just gonna be a fight for the lantern.
Yeah, I could make it. That's to me seems like some Vince era WWE Mania shit. You know,
I don't know, but yeah, sure. I don't think Vince would ever do the Wyatt Six versus MFTs over and over and over. And
well,
over
I'm talking about like the lantern, like the battle for the lantern. Like like they're gonna put it up there. It's like the Dominic custody
as a ladder match.
Yeah, it's like the Dominic Mysterio parental custody.
Could be a ladder match.
So I could either see that this is going till Mania, for sure.
Yeah, still.
And I think
they're gonna fight every Friday night with two different members of the group, just putting a different combination with each other.
Speaking of, did you know that Uncle Howdy was dating Liv Morgan in real life, outside of kayfabe?
No.
Yeah, like, dude, they were a couple for like the longest time.
Huh?
Who would have thought?
Interesting.
Not me.
Yeah. No, those because like the characters are definitely so different. But Candice LeRae, more tag team stuff. She helped the Motor City Machine Guns in their match.
Which are they married in real life, or is that like a kayfabe relationship?
Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae.
Yeah,
they're married in real life.
Okay. All right, I could see that.
I did see a tweet. It was like if Vince was still in charge, she'd be making out with both members of the Motor City Machine Gun by next Friday.
And then Johnny's just sitting here, just
more depressed.
Speaking of this, I'm only going to bring this up. I was on Reddit, which the IWC has about 3 brain cells they share between all 300,000 of them on Reddit, and somebody was just like, bro, we need to bring back edgy WWE. We need bra and panties matches and mattresses in the ring. I'm just like, bro, what?
No, we don't.
We do not need bra and panties matches back.
No. The people on the island, that's all it is a bunch of incels on Reddit, man. And Twitter. The Twitter wrestling fan base and the Reddit wrestling fan base are literal just like incel 50-year-old men.
That actually tracks out with the amount, because there's one guy who is never mind. I won't. We'll save this for a live stream.
Randy has more voices in his head. He did a little promo, which of course comes in later.
And then Jelly Roll had a good promo with him that I thought probably had one of the better lines I've heard. It's like, Randy, I don't know. Like, you've already beat this version of yourself. I don't know why you're bringing him back. And to me, like, that's a great line, talking about that stuff. So I think Jelly Roll's going to play a big role in this feud here. I think he's probably going to have a match. Because we got...
Yeah, I see him probably having a WrestleMania match. I thought it was going to be Kit Wilson, but they're fighting next week. So, like, I don't know if they are. That might just be a one-off thing to put Jelly Roll over before his match.
I could see that, because, mean, Jelly Roll and Kit Wilson, we'll skip over to that one, and then we can talk about... I like how you call him Cucky Zane.
Yeah, yeah.
But Jelly Roll and Kit Wilson had probably one of the funniest promos I've watched in a hot minute. Because Kit Wilson's new thing is talk about slam poetry, and he writes slam poetry in his book.
Yeah, and then he called Jelly Roll fat, and then Jelly Roll just said, well, my fat was on your mom's back, which was probably one of the more unhinged things I've heard on a SmackDown in a while.
Yeah, he's talking about fucking Kit Wilson's mom.
Yeah. He posted a screenshot on like Instagram or something. It was a text to his dad that said, "Don't let mom watch Friday," or "Don't let mom watch last night's episode," or something like that.
That's actually pretty good. So, I could see them feuding this up and letting it go for a while, because I think Jelly Roll said he wants to have a Mania match. So I could see something happening with like The Miz and Danhausen here too, because The Miz was telling
Jelly Jam.
No, Kit Wilson, because Kit Wilson was like,
yeah.
"You gotta like train me there," and he's like, "Nah, you gotta do this on your own. You gotta go out there, be a superstar that you are."
Danhausen is interacting with so many people. I have no idea what he's going to do next ever.
I feel like he's probably gonna have a match with the SmackDown people, just because like he's used more as like a comedic, like, I'm gonna fuck with you. You gotta listen to my shit. Also, Candice LeRae interacted with Danhausen and gave him $50.
Took $20 from her. And then I'm loving the shots of Danhausen where they like wide pan it and he's just like running in the background. He didn't disappear. He's just running.
As terrible as that debut was and hated on Elimination Chamber, this has been the best thing on both shows.
Oh yeah, it's such like a nice little bit of comic relief.
So that'll be a good one. All right, so back to some matches here. We get Aleister Black pinning Cucky Zane or Sammy Cuck. Cucky Zane. Like, listen.
He never wants anything on his own. He wants to watch people do things. It's his character. It's weird.
Cucky Zane, I'm just the good old gut boy. Look at me. Come on, guys.
I hope Trick beats his ass, because they're clearly doing something like he threw the water on him and everything. So I hope they fight next week and Trick just beats his ass.
Yeah, I feel like this is the Mania feud here. I think this is going to be a triple threat, I could see. Because we like I said, we do love triple threats on Wrestling Talking Kayfabe. I want to see some multi-man matches.
Yeah, because, I mean, there's 14 matches to fill. There's only so many belts. They'll do one of the SmackDown belts on the Friday night before. So, I mean, you got to find matches somewhere.
Mm-hmm. And plus, everybody... Like, when Trick Williams came out, no one gave a shit about Aleister Black or Sammy or Cucky Zane. Everyone was like, whoop, that Trick. It was just Trick Williams the whole time. So,
yeah,
they got to give that man a Mania match.
Yeah, I think Trick somehow gets in. Could be like this way. Maybe not. I don't know. But... I'm sure though.
I could see them doing a number one contendership match here, since like I know Sammy's like, I want the belt because I want to be the very best, but I want to do it honorably. And Trick is just like, Trick did have an amazing line. He's just like, oh, when life gives you lemons, you put on your lemon pepper steppers.
Yeah. I like Trick Williams a lot.
Tricky Williams is funny. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Then we had another very mid promo of Meechin and B-Fab and Jade and Rhea, and just...
Because after Jade killed them for 6 months straight, they're now friends, I guess.
It's a little Stockholm Syndrome in the locker room here.
Yeah, I guess. Actually, that's what it is, yeah.
And Meechin's coming out with... Why does Meechin just walk around with a kendo stick constantly?
That's just a thing. I'm just Meechin and that kendo stick, man.
I mean, I feel like at some point, just give her a sword. Just give her a real sword and just keep it locked in there and just have her people beat him up with the fake sword.
Yeah, I don't know why they're helping Jade or what this does. I feel like they're just like, fuck, how do we... These two hate each other. Like, we can't build any storyline. Everyone knows who's going to win this match. Like, Meechin and B-Fab will fix it.
I mean, I could see them doing where... Jade's recruited them for a little bit. And then maybe Meechin and B-Fab turn on her at Mania.
Yeah, I don't know what that does, but yeah.
I I'm just thinking here because like listen, this is of the belts.
It's a very heel way for Rhea to win as a face, so I don't think she would do that.
I mean that's true, but like I don't know what you do here because the problem has been Jade, and it's been
Yeah.
Jade for the longest time since Saturday Night's main event, and they just I think having Jordan Grace get injured really just tanked the momentum they were going with Jade because
Nietzsche and BFAB, there's a very good chance that next week we don't see them with Jade and then we never see it again and they just pretend like that thing never happened.
yeah, because like I'd say of the four main belts, this feud is by far petering the most. Like it's just like
Yeah, this is awful. And I think the main reason is that Rhea and Jade clearly don't like each other at all, which makes me think one of them's gonna sandbag at WrestleMania, and it's not gonna be a good match. And
no, it was Rhea puts on amazing matches. Like
yeah,
she was in like
but
some of the top matches of last year. Like that, those
yeah,
women's titles, amazing.
yeah, I'm saying Jade will probably sandbag her.
Oh yeah. So how to explain to me what you mean by sandbagging? Because I'm not familiar with that
Not
term.
sell, just make the match look like shit because they know they're gonna lose.
Do you feel like
Just
she's gonna get released? Because
Jade.
yes.
I mean, that was a pretty bad. I don't know about released because they've done other things with her in the past. That was pretty bad how she got into it with like the entire locker room and how that isn't the first time she's done that
Mm-hmm.
because AEW, that's basically why she left, I think.
Okay.
And she's also made multiple comments about how she doesn't want to do wrestling forever and wants to have like another career. So, yes and no.
Okay, because I was just thinking, mainly because of the beef she's been having with the locker room. That
Yeah.
like, if you're not happy here, it's like, all right, we gave you this title reign, it didn't work out. Let's just kind of nip this in the bud, and we can move on. Because clearly, their planning of Bianca's going to be ready in time blew up right in their face,
Yeah.
and it clearly
Like,
the
how do
problem
we
was
make
Jade.
how do we make this title relevant? Oh, well, we'll just make this fun tag team run from Rhea and Io and take it away and randomly like that. It was just so obvious, like that they didn't have this idea for Jade, and then they're like, "Shit, we got to get these tag belts off them so that Rhea can win the chamber." It just all happened so fast and
Yeah.
weird, and
Yeah, and speaking of taking the tag team titles off, we got like a weird trio, which makes me think like we're having a multi-man match or a multi-team match for the women's tag titles because the Irresistible Forces retain due to the Bella Twins messing with Charlexa, and the week before the Bella Twins lost because the Charlexa lost because the Bella Twins got involved.
yeah,
And then the Irresistible Forces cut a promo saying, like, oh, we got everybody coming after us. There's Bailey and Lyra. There's the Kabuki Warriors. There's Charlexa. There's the Bella Twins. And I think there was, like, one more team listed
yeah,
in there that I can't think of. But it makes me think we're getting a crazy multi-man tag match.
yeah. I wonder if they ever do two women's tag belts. I doubt it because it's so easily this division can die pretty quick, as it kind of was dead before. Like they threw Charlexa together and
Mm-hmm.
Bella Twins came back. So
I
I don't
think,
know, but it is a lot of tag teams. So it's like it feels like it almost has to be a multi-man match unless they do like a big number one contenders match on the Friday Night SmackDown before.
yeah, I think we are going to get that one because it's like, they would have to break up a lot of these tag teams before Mania, and we just don't have enough time because like let me pull up my calendar here because
We got 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
we got 4 episodes of Raw and 4 episodes of SmackDown before Mania, so we don't really have that much time.
No, they I don't. They won't break up any tag teams or anything.
No,
It'll either be a multi-person match or just be number one contenders on the Friday night before. And I don't think the Bellas would come back. Like I don't think Brie would have came back without having a Mania match. Like she kind of always seemed hesitant to come back anyways on her podcast and stuff. So it feels like she probably expected to have a Mania match.
Oh yeah, I would
with
agree.
Nikki.
Yeah, like those two are legends, and like they're not gonna just do stuff to do stuff. You
Yeah.
know.
So it's either a multi-person match or the Bella Twins win some kind of number one contenders match the night before. It's probably what I'm guessing.
I would agree with that too. And then back to your point about I don't think they would make a second tag team title for the women's. Not to say that they couldn't do it or there's not enough talented women, but like they could barely manage two tag team belts for the men.
For the men, yeah.
Like the Raw tag team belt has just been dead for almost a year at this point.
And yeah, because the Usos won it, and I was like, "Oh, cool, the Usos are gonna do stuff," and then they just didn't book anyone with the Usos. So
They,
the Usos will wrestle.
yeah,
Like Jimmy will go out there and do it every week.
yeah, which makes me think because the Usos took it from AJ Styles, so AJ because they knew AJ was retiring, so they had to get him set up for that. And then like, oh, okay, we'll have the Usos do it. Well, now ticket sales of Mania sucks so much ass. We gotta get the Usos and the Bloodline started back up. So
Which they can just bring the titles to the Bloodline. That's
yeah,
very easy, something they could do.
Okay.
It's just they just need to get some Raw tag teams together to go do something with them. I don't know.
Yeah, because the War
Let them
Raiders have
have
been
matches.
in AAA, so I don't know what you're doing with half your tag teams.
Yeah. But then we had Carmelo still doing the open challenge. It feels less of an open challenge. It feels like they're trying to get away from that, but they're still calling it because it wasn't an open challenge. Ilya came out first. Like it was gonna be Ilya always. So
Yeah, because I guess he talked to Nick Aldis and he was like, "It's my time. It's my time for the belt."
and so I feel like they're like, oh shit, how do you just get rid of the open challenge without just dropping it? And then people ask, why did you drop it? It's cool. But it's like, also, you can't just keep doing it. Can, I guess. But it just feels like they're fading it away.
Yeah, like it was definitely needed to boost the U.S. title because I felt like it petered out once Solo got it, and then he just kind of did nothing with it. And then, especially with John Cena retiring, kind of bringing that back, it was fun. And I think having Ilya and Carmelo have this feud or just this chemistry together because like these two just put on banger after banger after banger.
It would be a shame if they don't get a WrestleMania match with like some kind of stipulation, maybe. Which they don't really need a stipulation either. But
I mean, the way that these two are like the wrestling chemistry is like there. They you don't. I'd say this is one of the few times where you don't need to have some external factor driving the match because of like they've just put on banger after banger after banger of a match. So it's like this just kind of sells itself.
but yeah, I see them at Mania. Without like there won't be any triple threat or anything like that. I think it's just gonna be them straight up in a normal match.
Do you think Ilya wins it before?
Before Mania, no, Carmelo definitely takes this belt in the Mania.
Okay. I didn't know if you thought they were gonna do something like EO.
I don't think we get any title change before WrestleMania. At this point, they're terrified to do anything.
Yeah.
Maybe the women's tag titles, or maybe the SmackDown tag titles if they don't want to do Weapon Truth at Mania.
Because Tiffy's fighting Julia next week.
Okay, so that one could change. I completely forgot about that title.
Yeah.
That one definitely could change before Mania.
And, not that I think Tiffy can have a main title reign, and, like, I think they're mainly using Tiffy because they got to boost that women's title up somehow, because it is just in the absolute gutter right now.
Kind of do what Becky did with the IC title. Yeah. And Rhea, like we kind of said, is going to win that one, so you're not going to have, like, Tiffy and Rhea feud as two faces or anything.
No, I don't think that, and, like, I guess my thing is, like, after Rhea wins, who does she face next, or who's going to be her next challenger?
You just create a storyline.
Okay, well, I meant, like, who would you create that with, is, like...
Oh, I don't know. They'll figure it out, I hope. Bianca Belair is what they're praying for to come back.
Bianca's going to be out for a while, though. She had to get surgery.
Naomi, I don't know. When is she having her kid? Is it soon?
Yeah, well, Naomi should be... Well, okay, let me do some math here.
Well, and then she's probably going to take a few months off after, so that's irrelevant.
No, 9, 3, 5. No, yeah, no, she probably not having her kid till June.
Yeah,
So
so
I guess
I don't
Io
know.
and Rhea, that's like the easy slam dunk one to do.
Them feud?
Yeah, have them like go
Oh.
back and just break up Rio.
No, I think Io stays on Raw.
That's fair.
I think she could be like a potential for
Alexa
Liv
or
next.
Charla, I feel like is
Yeah, they've definitely. They could definitely one of these. That's probably actually what realistically happens. Is one of these tag to finally break up. We have the multi-person match at WrestleMania. Charlexa doesn't win. Charlotte, one of them turns Jesus, one of them turns heel, and then whoever goes heel there probably is Rhea's next feud.
yeah, I'm thinking it's Charlotte because they already got a bunch of history there. Alexa's got a bunch of history with Rhea, so like that's to me the easy slam dunk if they're not
Yeah,
going to do Io. And then
yeah.
so because the Irresistible Force is retained, multi-man match, Randy comes back out because we have like
Mm.
15 minutes left, and Randy's hearing the voices, and he talked to somebody. We still don't know who he's talking to on the phone because he also talked to somebody on the phone at Raw. And Jelly Roll's just like, yeah, man, you gotta go back out there and apologize and be your true self. So Randy is like, all right, Matt Cardona, come on back out here. Like, I'm sorry, I was being a dick to you earlier because that was the backstage segment we didn't talk about.
And everyone knows how this is going to end.
And then
Everyone watching knows.
And then Randy's hearing the voices. The voices are talking to him. And he just beats the shit out of Matt Cardona. They get him off him. Everybody starts getting concerned. And then everybody runs outside because Drew and Jacob Fatu are still fighting each other.
And they
Somehow
fell to their death.
Yes. Oh, they fell
There's
to
no
their...
confirmation that they're alive. They fell to their death after 3 hours of fighting.
That's true, because they were up on like an electrical thing. It looked like it was like 20 feet up, and then they just kind of fell
And there was
down.
no mats down there behind that very well put fence that you couldn't see behind it all.
Totally not. Totally not. So,
Yep.
do you think they get written off? Like this is a good way to write them off?
I don't think Fatu is getting written off, but like you said, Drew's got a film. I don't know. The filming, I think, is not until after WrestleMania, though,
That's
so I
correct.
don't think it's them getting written off. I think that, I don't know, do they have a WrestleMania match? Maybe? Like some kind of like old-fashioned Donnybrook match? No, not I'm kidding, sorry. It'll be a Las Vegas street fight match.
Oh, like they did with Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre last year. And then Drew McIntyre just comes out in the Doom gear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which we haven't predicted the ad match for WrestleMania.
Ooh.
Like who was it last year? Was it the New Day and the War Raiders? That was clearly a Clash of Clans ad.
I think that one was, and then Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest was also an ad match.
Yeah.
For Doom.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's
No, I saw that they dropped. They were supposed to do that Friday night TLC match. That was awesome on Mania, and then I saw that there was speculation that they dropped that for the ad match. That sucked.
I mean, Clash of Clans, brother.
Clash of Clans, yeah.
All right, so since we got a little bit of time left here, let's do a little predictions. We're gonna do a little predictions. We got 7 matches.
Yeah.
All right, let me set this up here. And all right, we use Google Sheets here at Wrestling Talking Kayfabe.
And I can already fill one in for you. Don't worry.
All right, so let's start off with night 1 main event. Do you think that's Randy Cody, or do we think that's Punk Roman?
No, it's definitely Randy Cody.
Okay.
They've been selling Punk and Roman like it's
since Rumble. That makes sense.
Crack, like they like this is your night 2 main event. I don't think they give the women one again this year, so I do think it's gonna be Randy versus Cody night 1.
I think that makes sense. Cool. And then
like we've it seems official too. No one else is getting involved. Like these are 2 just straight matches.
Yeah,
they won't be triple threads.
The only thing I could see happening is night 2 main event, which this makes sense now that they're doing it night 2. The bloodline gets reestablished. Like, the
Yeah.
bloodline is back. That makes sense as like the holy shit moment, you know? Because that's a me moment. And then
which makes me also think then that night 1 we get the Usos and the Vision so that they don't do both the bloodline and the Usos the same night.
That makes sense.
Yeah. That's probably a night 1 match.
I think we get Jade and Rhea.
That'll also be night 1. Yeah.
I think we get Liv v.
Vakir.
We got men's IC. I think that's a night 2 with Penta.
Yeah, they'll probably give Penta night 2. I would actually say that might open night 2.
I could see that easily opening night 2. Or
and then Rhea and Jade opening night 1 as well.
That makes a ton of sense.
Because they're gonna want to start off WrestleMania with Rhea Ripley, and they won't be mad about that.
No, even if it is a stinker, you can recover from that easily too, which also makes a lot of sense. Becky, where are we getting Becky and?
It's definitely Becky and AJ Lee.
Yes.
That's probably a night 2.
You think that's night 2? I was thinking say night 1.
I don't know. It seems like a night 2 to me, just because that's gonna be like possibly like we said, Becky or AJ Lee's like last match.
Oh, that's a good point. And then do you put
that's my only thought.
Do you put Liv Vakir on night 1 if you already got one main title on that night?
What do you mean?
Where do you put Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vakir at?
Just night 2 with them.
Oh, okay, night 2 with them. Okay.
You can have multiple women's match. Like they.
I know they do multiple. I didn't know if they want to do like the same both titles of the same brand on the same day. If that makes sense.
Nah, I don't think that really matters. And then which would pivot because we think that Tiffy is winning the U.S. title before it.
Oh, that's another good point too. I guess with the women's tag teams, do we break up Kiana and Julia?
No, see, I kind of thought that Julia's losing this so that Kiana and Julia do throw. Well, actually, no, because we talk about where's Tiffy go next with it. They do break up, and Kiana James wants a shot at the U.S. title. So,
and that's what I'm thinking. If those two break up, we break up that tag team. That's an easy triple threat to do.
Because that wasn't even a tag team at first. That was a manager and just wrestler, and then everyone loved Kiana James, so they're like, shit, tag team.
So I'm thinking that's a triple threat, because then we get that breakup, explore that a little bit. What are you thinking there?
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be Tiffy versus somebody. I won't. It's hard to predict where that would go.
We'll put a question mark next to that.
Yeah.
All right, and then we're missing a U.S. title for the men. I feel like that's just going to be straight up a Mello versus.
I think that's probably night 1.
You think that's night 1? I was thinking that's night 2.
Yeah, as a hype match.
I guess
well, yeah, and with Tiffy, the U.S. title on night 1. Actually, no, you're right. Yeah, Mello and Ilya night 2.
Means we move Penta to. Oh no. I guess Mello and.
You can. I think you're thinking too hard about
too hard about the nights.
Yeah, right. Like where the belts are. They don't care. Like
no, I don't care
if they're sharing brands.
All right,
like,
so we got 5 matches left here. So I think we're definitely
Grande versus Grande.
Yeah.
That's the second match too. I guarantee it's Rhea Jade and then Grande versus Grande, rolling straight into the unmasking. Okay. That's my guess.
I think that would be, especially if this is a stinker, like we think it's gonna be.
Because Grande versus Grande.
Oh, that's awesome. A palate cleanser. We will forget entirely about that.
Yeah.
Palate
cleanser. That's good.
All right, and then we got to get Finn and Dom in here.
Do you think they actually have a match? I don't know.
We'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a good prediction. That's a good filler. Like if we're trying to find 7 for each night, yeah. Because concussion protocol definitely won't last that long either, unless this man's like got a full blown grade 3 concussion.
All right.
Like,
Okay, here's the real question. Do you put Oba and Brock night 1 or night 2? Co-main. Night 2.
Fuck that. Oh, does that open tonight actually?
No, that won't open. I don't think they.
It might.
Ooh, that could open night 2.
That is, yeah, because that's your second. Yeah, instead of Penta, actually, it probably opens night 2. Because, that is like a big thing. Like, your second best match is supposed to be an opener.
Oh, okay. I see. I guess I'm coming from the UFC mindset where your second best match is like the one right before the main event.
Oh God, no. Your second. That's why the triple threat of the women's last year was match 1.
And then that's okay.
Okay.
So we got 2 left.
I still think Penta's night 2 though.
Okay, we'll move Penta.
We got her.
Move Penta over to night 2. So night 1, we need 2 more night 1 matches. I think this is gonna be an easy one.
Yeah, I feel like we're missing something though, or like you might get it here, but yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's an easy.
Yeah, that's what I was missing.
We get
the Wyatt 6 versus the MFTs lantern match.
The lantern match, easy.
Lantern ladder match, maybe.
I think it's a lantern ladder match. Like I think Nick Aldis gets involved and goes, "Hey, we can't be having this come around all the time." That's one thing we forgot to talk about in the recap. MFT's pissed off at Solo because Solo said MFTs are saying Solo's being like Roman, so he might be going back to Bloodline.
Yeah, if they're getting mad at him, yeah, that could be.
And I think because also it doesn't make sense for the MFTs to have the lantern long term.
Yeah, I was gonna say though, like we clearly know who's going to win this match.
That's all I'm saying. So and plus
the MFTs aren't just gonna keep Bray Wyatt's this lantern for the rest of time.
Yeah, and so I think the MFTs implode, and then we can finally have some more solo people on SmackDown because we have no solo people on SmackDown. It is literally the tag team.
Yeah, and JC Mateo is really good. The Tonga, Tama Tonga's good, so they can do solo shit.
We get,
and
then we get.
Go ahead.
And then we get. I think the last one we get here versus Mishausen. And I think the last match we get is Weapon Truth versus Mishausen.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree hard there. I don't think that they. You can't. They're not gonna defend every belt at Mania.
No,
they're gonna do one of the SmackDown belts the night before. Could be Tiffy's as well. We could still get Weapon Truth versus Mishausen, but there's also just I feel like we're missing Gunther.
Yeah, Gunther.
That's my first thought.
Yeah.
I do like what you said with Javon Evans getting involved in the Penta match.
Yeah.
With it being a triple threat or fatal 4-way.
Yeah.
But Gunther's an interesting one because there's no one to retire. This makes me think this was supposed to be Ray and Gunther.
Yeah.
But Ray's hurt.
Mm-hmm. Also, we don't have Trick Williams on here.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too, how we talked about how maybe Trick Williams, Aleister Black, Sami Kaka all might have some kind of match because they won't leave Sami. They might leave. I don't think they'll leave Sami Zayn out of Mania either.
Well, he wasn't on Mania last year.
He wasn't in Mania last year?
He wasn't in Mania.
He's definitely going to be a Mania this year, in my thought. Okay. My thought process is.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess I'm trying to think. I think out of these ones that we have listed here, so night 1, just for a recap for our audience here, since we're night 1, we got Rhea Veer Jade, Americano via Americano, Tiffy versus Unknown, Usos versus Vision, MFTs versus the Wyatt 6, Weapon Truth versus Mishausen, and finishing off the night with Cody and Randy. I think this little block here in the middle of the Usos to Weapon Truth could all be on either show's brand. Meaning we get...
The Vision... Austin Theory and Logan Paul will be at WrestleMania.
Oh, that's true. Logan Paul's been in every
1000% be at
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania. Yeah.
That's true.
So that match is a lock for WrestleMania, in my opinion. The ones I'm concerned about really is Tiffy, and then the Web of Truth versus Miss Hausen, and then the MFT and Wyatt 6. They could also just end that the Friday before if they don't think it's getting any kind of traction, which it's not.
Well, here's a thought. Here's a thought I just had, because I know, didn't Solo Sikoa cost Cody WrestleMania 39?
Was it? I know he ran into 40. Did he also cost him? I think he did cost him 39.
Yeah, I think that's what cost Cody WrestleMania 39. Then he did get involved in 40. So I'm thinking what happens. That actually makes sense. Make that the ladder match as your SmackDown thing. MFT implodes. Solo goes back to the Bloodline. We have the establishment of the Bloodline because Solo interferes with Punk and costs Punk the match with the Samoan Spike.
Yeah, I think, but I don't think it'll just be Solo. I don't think they will do that again. I think it'll be more of the fuckery. Like, once again, I dial back to, oh shit, we have no money. Well, they have money, but we don't have enough money. We got to recreate Roman and Cody at 40. You know, like, it's not just going to be Solo interfering. It's going to be
Usos.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know who comes in CM Punk's side. AJ Lee? LA Knight, I guess. Oh, wait, no. He's not.
LA Knight and him could do something because if LA... Because LA Knight's off the card, too, in this one. And
yeah.
Also, we don't have Seth on here, either.
No, there's so many people left out, which is actually, like...
And we don't have the women's tag on here, either.
Yeah, I don't know if the women tag titles get... but the Bella Twins... God, yeah, I don't know. I'm lost. I got, like, 4 locks, and it's all up in the air from there.
Yeah, I think...
Maybe we probably... I don't think we get Finn and Dom.
I don't think...
But then does Dom not have a match? Like, I don't... Maybe we get Penta versus Finn. No. Yes, Penta versus Finn versus Dom versus Javon.
Yes.
And run back the Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah, because, like... And then, you know... I think that makes a lot of sense. Or we gotta get Penta in a multi-man. You could throw the Luchadors in there. Get Rey Fenix and Dragon Lee. I feel like that makes sense for Penta's.
Rey Fenix and Dragon Lee ain't gonna be in WrestleMania.
Rey Fenix was in WrestleMania last year.
Yeah, and when was the last time he was on TV?
Rey Fenix was on SmackDown.
When?
This past week. He was in a backstage segment, and that's why we didn't talk about it.
God, a backstage segment, yeah. No, Rey Fenix is not going to be at WrestleMania. They have no plans for this guy.
That's true. Yeah, I feel like the SmackDown titles are probably the ones at most stake. I feel like Tiffy definitely probably closes out Friday Night SmackDown the night before, honestly, looking at this list with who we've talked about. Or Trick Williams and Sami Zayn. But Tricky is so over that it doesn't make sense for him not to be at Mania, you know? Because, like, he's one of the new stars with Oba. It's like him, Oba, Javon, and Trick all got called up at the same time from NXT. So it makes sense you want to highlight all 3 of your new stars. Because they're going to be carrying the company.
Yeah, no. So I don't think we know how to fit 14 matches into 14 matches. I don't think it's possible.
Do you think they keep Ilya and Mello off?
That would be so silly because it's going to be such a good match. I was thinking that, but it's like they could do that because they hate everyone. Yeah. But that would be so dumb because they're so good.
All right.
I wish they'd keep Becky and AJ off. I'd give a fuck less about that match.
Yeah.
But they're gonna put it on.
Yeah. We'll recap this tomorrow, but I think that's going to do it for us tonight, because I need to go to the bathroom so bad right now. And so we will catch you all next week. We'll recap some more stuff. We'll do a full Mania predictions next time. Hopefully we get a little clearer picture. All right, we will see you all. Where did I put the OBS recorder? Okay. We will see you all. Here it is. And we will see you all next time. Bye.